Okay, so today we are working on a cup for this. They whispered to her, "You cannot withstand the storm." She whispered back, "I am the storm" decal. I've already trimmed this down, and I have some Indian blue ink in a cup, deep violet in a cup, pink sherbet in a cup, and cool Perry in a cup. So my goal is to marble the inks and leave room for the decal. That's going to be important. I do want to put gloves on because ink's messy. And I'm going to use sponges this time. I cut them in half and then I cut the bottom halves off so they're not as big because I don't want huge sections of color. And I'm going to try and kind of keep tabs on how much color I'm getting, because I don't necessarily want to stick my decal down first in case I get too close with the ink. So I'm just going to kind of get started. I haven't decided if I want to foil this at all or not. I don't know where this little bit of green came from. I'm just going to work my way around the cup. The color difference in between the pastels and the Let's Resin bright ones is gonna be slightly jarring. And I'll work my way over and blend and overlap and, you know, make some new colors. And once I get my base down, I will I do want to go across the bottom. But once I get my start, I will blend it out with some alcohol, most likely. I just don't want it so wet that it runs into my decal. I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to be careful, hopefully. But I want to get a little bit of color on the top. And I will probably, once I get the decal applied, come a little bit closer to it. But as long as I stay outside of that for now, I should be okay. So I have no white left showing, which is the first part. I'm going to get a little piece cut off the top. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit of pure alcohol in the cup. This is just 91% regular isopropyl alcohol. And I'm going to let it get fairly wet. And just kind of dot it on and let these grow. And I'm actually kind of thinking, after I'm looking at it, that I don't really want to foil this at all. Because, and I'm letting a little bit more of this run than I would necessarily like. So I'm going to kind of chase those drips. I'm kind of liking the organic nature of the image. So I kind of want this whole thing to stay a little bit more organic feeling. I mean, I kind of like how it's running in big sections in some spots and getting a lot of depth and dimension. So I think I'm going to just kind of, this is just a small bottle of alcohol. I'm just going to uncap that because it's easier to work from. I'm actually going to put a little bit in the blue. Thin it out a little bit more. So I think we're good there. We're going to go ahead and get the decal on and get this under resin. I may just give it, the bottom looks cool too. I may give it a, whoops, like I said, a tiny bit of a cheat glitter. Maybe touch of violet, diamond dust. Not even a true glitter. I am looking for my thing to sit this on. It should be okay to sit on there. So, let's see. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm gonna peel my decal. I'm going to try and get it straightened up. This is a 20-ounce traditional. I don't know if I said that. I think I'd originally intended to do a taper, but I didn't have one ready. So I took my gloves off already. I don't necessarily want to come up over the edge, but in some ways I kind of do. But I don't know that the ink will stay put over the edges. So I'm just going to kind of round it back off a little bit. I'm seeing a couple of bubbles from this angle. Normally I can hear them, but in this case I could not. There, I think that just gives it a little more texture around the decal. So we're going to get this over and get some resin on it. Okay, we are ready to get the coat of resin on this one. I have my epoxy mixed up, and I'm going to put some of my Touch of Violet Diamond Dust in this one. I think that'll be the perfect complement to this one. So, I'll use about that much because this has no shimmer at all to begin with. I did swipe my ink a little bit there when I rubbed that. There. I just wanted to dab it back out smooth. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you down so you can see this closer. Isn't that violet just lovely over this? I do have one bubble there I can see on the camera, but not with my eye. So here's that great decal from Gracefully Created. Look at the detail on these inks. It's absolutely spectacular. They pull in these colors absolutely perfectly. It's exactly what I envisioned. So I am so thrilled. And that is how the bottom came out. So there we go. That is it for this one. Watercolor Marble Alcohol Ink.